Welcome to the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast, where we shine a light on the vital role of small and medium-sized enterprises in our communities. This is your host SK. SMEs are the cornerstone of Canadian economy, driving innovation, creating jobs, and fostering community spirit. They are essential in building a vibrant, sustainable future for all of us. In every episode, we center our discussion around a crucial aspect of our communities, underlining the significance of supporting local businesses for a healthier, more prosperous society. Today, we are venturing into the world of healthcare innovation, focusing on how one organization is transforming the landscape of healthcare delivery with the mission to help Canadians live healthy and inspired lives. We will explore the journey of HealthOne, an associative health and wellness center that is revolutionizing healthcare with its holistic approach and multi-specialist strategy, leading to better patient outcomes and community health. Joining us today is Dr. Dhanjit Litt, a distinguished healthcare leader and clinical advisor at HealthOne. Dr. Dhanjit brings a wealth of experience from his roles as a clinician, lecturer in the Faculty of Medicine at the University of Toronto, and his notable achievements, including receiving the Quality Award from Trillium Health Partners and the Teaching Excellence Award from the University of Toronto. Under his guidance, HealthOne has grown to encompass 3 locations across the GTA, serving over 150,000 patients to date with the help of 175 plus and industry-leading professionals and support staff. Join us as we explore Dr. Dhanjit's journey, HealthOne's innovative model, and the future of healthcare. Good morning, Dr. Dhanjit, and welcome to the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast. How are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. Thanks for having me here, SK.
Thanks for coming to our studio today. It's an honor to have you with us today, Dr. Dhanjit. Like your journey from training in internal medicine to influencing the growth and development of tomorrow's healthcare leaders, and now your role in advancing HealthOne's mission is truly inspiring. Dr. Dhanjit, like every successful initiative has its unique proposition that sets it apart in the marketplace. What makes HealthOne different from other healthcare providers in Canada?
Yeah, no, I think it's a great question. And I think when we look back at HealthOne and think about what we've been able to accomplish over the course of the past few years, it's really just, it's putting together a center that actually mirrors the way that our body operates, right? If we think about our body, our cells, our tissues, our organs, the systems that they work together in, our body actually works in like a team of multiple teams. And if we take a look at what we've done at HealthOne, it's an opportunity to actually take that approach and apply it to everybody's healthcare. There are many clinics out there right now that have multiple providers working in one space, and I think that that's fantastic and it's a great approach. But what I think was lacking in some of the other clinics or in some other spaces is that those providers were actually practicing in individual silos. What we've done differently at HealthOne is I think we've brought together some of the best providers that we could possibly find across Ontario, but then give them the tools that they need to learn from, with, and about one another. And in doing so, giving them an opportunity to truly advance patient care in a team-based approach.
Thanks for sharing those insights. Your insights offer a fresh perspective on healthcare innovation. Building on that, can you share an example of how this difference has positively impacted a patient or the community?
Yeah, and like we get great feedback from our patients, on a daily and a weekly basis. And I think we've done a great job of addressing some of their concerns in a team-based approach. Some perfect examples would be the way that we've been able to help patients who have headaches. We all live in a pretty stressful environment that's pretty fast-paced, and headaches are something that people often experience. And sometimes the first person who can help identify why it is that you've got a headache is actually your dentist. And so, your dentist is over there and they've got you, in their office, and they've had a chance to take a look inside of your mouth and examine your teeth. And then all of a sudden they start asking you questions on like, oh, do you ever wake up in the morning and you've noticed that your jaw is hurting? Or you ever notice in the middle of the day that you're actually clenching down on your teeth? And that's something that they've observed from just being able to examine you and come to a diagnosis of something like TMJ or TMJ dysfunction. Mm-hmm. Previously, there was actually not too much that people could actually do for that, right? One of the first things that people would often try is a mouth guard, and that may be something that they walk out of their dentist's office with. by bringing our professionals together. So for example, yes, we have a dentist, but yes, we've also got a nurse practitioner who focuses on aesthetic medicine. And yes, we've also got naturopathic doctors. And yes, we've also got an osteopath. We're able to actually provide those patients not just with one treatment option for their TMJ dysfunction, but with multiple treatment options for their TMJ dysfunction. And we can actually put together a plan that's tailored to meet their needs in a personalized and proactive approach. And there's many patients that have actually enjoyed that experience through our care center.
Yeah, yesterday I was going through your website and it's quite impressive. Like you have a multi services team, catering to the different needs of the community. And this example, it truly highlights the tangible impact HealthOne's approach has on individuals and the community. Stories like this underscore the importance of innovation in healthcare. Reflecting on the powerful example, I'm prompted to turn to you, our valued listeners. How do you see such innovative healthcare approaches shaping our future? Have you or someone you know experienced a transformative healthcare service? Join the conversation and let's share these pivotal moments. Now, behind every great endeavor lies a compelling story of Inception, right? Could you tell us about the journey that led to the creation of HealthOne?
Yeah, I think at HealthOne, if you take a look at our leadership team, or if you were to come and visit any one of our centers, one of the first things you would experience is, oh my gosh, there is a lot of love in this team, and this is a team of people that is quite close knit. We're a diverse group of professionals. We've known each other for many, many years.
And everyone is passionate about what they are doing, right?
We were all super passionate about healthcare and super passionate about what we do on a day-to-day basis. And when we started talking about HealthOne, we took a look at healthcare and we realized that in our country, we're actually really lucky. Yes, our healthcare system has challenges, but we have a great healthcare system, right? At the end of the day, if there's something that is happening, you know that you may end up in a hospital or you may end up in a clinic and you're going to receive care from a great group of people who care deeply about you and want to help you on your healthcare journey. What we also realized, though, was that there's just growing desire for patients to learn more about their health and to take a bit more of a personalized and proactive approach to their healthcare. That was the area that we kind of wanted to address, and we knew that we couldn't address that by opening up a clinic that really only had one professional working in it alone. I am a medical doctor, but I'm very cognizant of the fact that my knowledge base ends at some point. And to truly address those personal and those proactive needs and desires that our patients have in a growing way, it really was about bringing together a team of people who can help address each and every single one of those questions and concerns.
That's a remarkable story of vision and determination. Digging a bit deeper into that visionary approach, how did this vision of combining naturopathic and allopathic medicine under one roof come to life?
Yeah, I think, it all just really starts with the patient, right? We really thought about, and, not even thought about, but just hearing what our own friends and what our own family members were telling us, in that they always wanted to know more. And there isn't any one professional who can potentially know everything, and there's no one school of thought that can have the answers to all of the different wonders of our body. So really what we were thinking about when it came to bringing together medical doctors and bringing together naturopathic doctors was, at the end of the day, this is what patients want. Patients don't necessarily want to hear about one person's approach. They want to hear about everybody's approach, but they also want to know about how these different providers are actually communicating and working with one another to address their needs. And so, yes, it was bringing together a naturopathic doctor and bringing together a medical doctor, but it wasn't just about putting them in the same physical space. It was about bringing them together and then arming them with the tools that they needed to work together with everybody else in a team-based approach to help address our patients' concerns.
It's absolutely fascinating to hear about everything about HealthOne. The genesis of HealthOne is a testament to visionary leadership and the power of integrating diverse medical disciplines. It's inspiring to see how such a concept come to life and thrive. Dr. Dhanjit, your multifaceted role at HealthOne is crucial to its ongoing success and innovation. As a clinical advisor, what does your role entail and how do you contribute to HealthOne's success?
Yeah, no, I think it's, I think that's something that has grown and evolved over the course of the past few years. And I love working at HealthOne, and I truly value what it is that I do over there as a clinical advisor. I've had an opportunity to be, closely involved in healthcare for many years. I did my undergraduate degree in kinesiology. I then went to medical school. I did my residency training in internal medicine, and I work in one of the biggest hospitals in Canada right now. So I'm always like healthcare is what I do. It is what I do. It's when I wake up in the morning and when I go to bed at night, I'm constantly thinking about my own health, but then also thinking about the health and wellness of our entire province and our entire country. Super excited about what I've been doing as a clinical advisor at HealthOne to date. I think our journey started as a clinical advisor many years ago, and at that time, the main focus was let's go find the best providers that we can possibly find. And I think we've done a great job of finding some great medical doctors, some great naturopathic doctors, some fantastic physiotherapists, and some wonderful dentists, and everybody else under the healthcare umbrella as well. And I truly do believe that that was our focus probably over the course of the first few years. The next thing that we really wanted to do was start to bring those professionals together and give them an opportunity really to start to learn much more about one another, so that they could understand each and everyone's individual strengths and ways that we could potentially bring those together to advance patient care. Going forward now, I think, what's really exciting and talking a little bit, about some of the future sites that we have is we actually have now like all of the people, and those people now have the knowledge base that they need to start creating some really unique models of care and starting to think about like what are the top 10 things that our patients are really concerned about, and let's get really, really good at addressing those concerns. So this might be something like mental health. We know that mental health is a huge concern that is across, not just our city, but our entire province and our entire country. How do we actually bring all the people together that work at HealthOne and develop a mental health model of care so that we're not addressing it from one angle, but we're addressing mental health from every possible angle that we can? Another possible example might be something like women's health. If you go on Google right now, you might be able to Google men's health. And yes, there are many men's health clinics out there, but I think that we may have neglected to address some of the gender-specific needs of our women in this population as well. So how do we actually put together models of care that address women's health and the unique challenges that people may encounter there? And I think that's what we're going to be really focusing on in the years to come is, yes, we've got all these great professionals now, but let's start to bring them together in a team-based way and start to address some of the top concerns that are facing our patients.
Dr. Dhanjit, your role is pivotal in weaving together the many threads of HealthOne's mission. It's clear that your contributions are the driving force behind its success, highlighting the critical role of leadership in healthcare innovation. In the spirit of Dr. Dhanjit's impactful role at HealthOne, I'm curious to hear from you. What qualities do you believe are essential in healthcare leadership today? How have you seen effective leadership transform care in your community? Share your insights and stories with us in the comments, or you can write to us at info@canadiansme.ca. Now, Dr. Dhanjit, at the heart of HealthOne's approach are its foundational pillars, right? Like guiding its mission and patient care strategies. Could you expand more on each of these pillars and how they contribute to patient care?
Absolutely, right? So the pillars there really are unification, innovation, and community. Unification, we've kind of, we've been talking about it since the beginning of this conversation, really is just about, not just bringing together multiple providers, but bringing together multiple providers in a single space and then arming them with the tools that they need to learn from, with, and about one another in an effort to advance patient care. And I think we've talked a little bit about that throughout the conversation, so maybe I'll chat a little bit more about innovation. We know that at the end of the day, technology in healthcare is something that is on its way, and it is something that's actually here right now. And if we think about healthcare, there was an opportunity to take a look at some of that technology and shy away from it because maybe it was something that we didn't learn about when we were in medical school or when we were in dental school, or there was an opportunity to embrace it. And I think that our approach at HealthOne is one where, through innovation, let's actually go and embrace that technology that's out there. Let's take a look at something like a ring that gives you a score on how well you slept. And in knowing how our patients are sleeping, let's use some of that information to actually advocate for them and guide them on how it is that they can potentially improve their sleep in an effort to improve their overall health and wellness. So that's just one example of how it is that we leverage innovation in an effort to advance patient care. And then the third is actually community, right? Like I think that we are definitely doing something different at HealthOne. We're really proud about it. We're really excited about it. we actually want to get out there and share that. Let's not wait for patients to come into our actual centers. Let's get out there through community events in and around our clinic space, and even digitally through our website that's just continuing to grow and grow, and be populated with some incredible information around how it is that people can start to think differently about their own health and wellness.
As you rightly said, Dr. Dhanjit, technology plays a very important role, and you are always integrating it with the services you provide, so you can provide the better and the best service to the patients. And now, coming back to the pillars that you have discussed, like each pillar indeed plays a significant role in the holistic care. Focusing on one of these specifically, like how does the unification pillar supports better patient outcomes?
Yeah, I think it's, when it comes to unification, or when it comes to really to any one of those pillars, I think the biggest thing that we have to acknowledge is that there's just so much knowledge out there, right? Like we are a connected world at this point, and every single day there's new information about health and wellness that's popping up in every different corner of this world. It is impossible for any one person to be an expert in everything. We have to recognize that. And we've got to recognize that there's no one school that can train one provider who's going to be able to address all of the health and wellness needs of any one patient. Through unification, then what we try to do is bring together those diverse skill sets, bring together those diverse schools of thought, bring together that knowledge base that's developed all around the world, and combine and collaborate with one another so that 1 + 1 can end up equaling 5.
Right. Thank you for that insights, Dr. Jayantija. Like the unification pillar really seems to be at the heart of creating a seamless and comprehensive patient care experience. It's impressive how these pillars interconnect to elevate healthcare. Dr. Dhanjit, this creative approach, or I can say holistic approach, it stands as a testament to HealthOne's growth and its forward-thinking strategies. Like, how is it different from other HealthOne clinics, and what does it signify for HealthOne's future?
Yeah, I think like for the future, I'm thinking about HealthOne, but also just thinking about healthcare and health and wellness in general, and the future. I think if we look back at our journey, and what we've learned through HealthOne to date, I think what we've learned is that our patients really enjoy the model that we're offering, and they value the model that we're offering. They enjoy the fact that they can see their family physician, and at the same time, their family physician is working closely with their naturopathic doctor and working closely with their chiropractor. And our patients have told us through many different mediums that they truly, truly value this. One of the other things that we've experienced is that our staff really enjoy working in this model as well. And I think what we're starting to see potentially is a change in the way that we actually approach primary care. And if we can start to do something like that, I think we may actually be onto something where not just through HealthOne, but just through this approach in general, have the potential to change primary care, not just across Toronto, but across our province, and then hopefully across our country as well. And if we do that, then we've truly actually brought our vision to life, and we've started to inspire Canadians to actually live a healthier life.
And we at Canadian SME wish you the best of luck to your team in covering all the cities in Canada in future.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's inspiring to see such innovation in action. Looking ahead, can you share any upcoming initiatives or projects that HealthOne is particularly excited about?
Yeah, I think the one that we're most excited about right now is our new location that's going to be opening up at the Well. The Well is a really unique location. It's in Toronto, right at the corner of Front and Spadina. This is going to be our third location, so we're super excited about that. It's a 15,000 square foot center, which is our biggest location to date. And I think some of the things that we're really excited about are, again, just connecting with a new community. There are so many people that live and work very close to that area, and we know that they've been limited when it comes to having access to great healthcare services. And so we're excited to actually meet them and work with them and help actually address their healthcare needs and their wellness needs going forward. But what we're also really excited about is just some of the other great people that are going to be working in and around the Well. There are some leaders in that space that have been advocating for health and wellness across our country for many years. Examples include, Shoppers Drug Mart, Point Click Care, lab services that we're going to be able to offer. So really just excited about moving into a brand new community and bringing our approach to that community and seeing how it is that we can help with health and wellness over there as well.
It's exciting to hear about what's on the horizon for HealthOne. The advancements and initiatives you have mentioned just now. I think not only promises to enhance healthcare services but also inspire other organizations to think innovatively. As we delve into the promising future of healthcare with HealthOne's initiatives, I would love to gather your perspectives. What advancements or innovations in healthcare are you most looking forward to? Dr. Dhanjit, as we wrap up our enlightening conversation today, could you share a piece of advice with our listeners about balancing life's demands while maintaining a healthy lifestyle?
Yeah, I think yeah, like that's a tough one. And I think that's one that we all struggle with. We all, live and work in a pretty fast-paced environment, and we all have goals, dreams, and aspirations. And I think one of the biggest mistakes that we often make, me included, is that we defer our health and wellness, right? We say that we're going to start to address our health and wellness when we achieve X. And I don't think that's the right approach. So health and wellness is not the destination. Health and wellness is actually a daily experience. It's something that we should be focusing on every single minute that we're awake and also when we're sleeping. It doesn't mean that we have to become an Olympic swimmer. It just means that we have to focus on having habits on a day-to-day basis that help us enjoy and experience a healthier and more well-balanced life.
Dr. Dhanjit, thank you so much for joining us today and coming to our studio and sharing your insights and experiences with me and with our audience.
Not a problem at all. Thank you so much, SK.
Thank you. We are deeply grateful to Dr. Dhanjit for joining us today and sharing insights into HealthOne's work in integrated healthcare. Today's conversation highlighted the transformative power of holistic, patient-centered care and the blend of allopathic and naturopathic medicine, pointing us towards a healthier future for our communities. A special thank to our partners RBC, UPS Zero, and Constant Contact for their support in making these discussions possible. For those inspired by today's episode, we encourage you to consider how holistic and integrated approaches might benefit your business, no matter your industry. Collaboration, innovation, and focus on community are key to enacting real change. Subscribe to Canadian SME Small Business Magazine at canadiansme.ca for more content that celebrates the spirit and achievements of Canadian small businesses. Thank you for tuning into the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast. Your engagement fuels our journey through the rich landscape of Canadian SMEs. Stay with us for more stories that inspire and lessons that guides. Until next time, keep innovating and supporting local.